Hello and welcome back to Coastal Crafts. So I picked this up a little while ago, showed you in a haul, one of the dies from Simply Made Crafts by Helen Griffin, and I thought I would just give you a quick review and make up a bag together. So this is the Landscape Gift Bag die set, and it comes in this really big paper folder, which is quite nice. I stuck it all onto a magnetic sheet just to make it easier, although you get so many dies in a pack it is hard to fit it all on. But the good thing about Helen Griffin dies is they're really nice and big, and I've noticed that's sort of how she's going with all of hers. So I have made up one bag already, and this is in the style of like a suitcase, and I'm not going to show you making this one up because I know Helen Griffin, when she did her example, she made one up very similar to this except using slightly different cards. And it's really sort of sturdy because I've made it with Hunky Dory cards. But I like how you can make this cute little luggage tag, and you can put these bits on and these bits on, sort of, what do you call it, inked up to look like a suitcase. So that's one option. But also it's going to be useful just for making gift bags, which is what I'm more likely to use, just your typical pretty gift bags for sending happy mail. So I'm going to choose some paper today, checking that I've got 2 sheets of it, whatever I go for. Right, let's go for this pretty poppy one. So you could use 2 sheets of A4, or you could, like I'm doing, as often buy cards in 12 by 12, and use 2 sheets of 12 by 12. 1 sheet of 12 by 12 is not enough to do the job. So this is really pretty, isn't it? A puppy bag. So what I'm going to do, actually needs to be that way up, doesn't it, to cut. I've got bits of glue gun there, is I will need to trim this off. So you will need an A4 size die cutting machine. I happen to have the Gemini and I love it. That was my Christmas present from Mr. Coastal Crafts. I still use my little die cutting machine, my little Aldi one, all the time, just for cutting little bits. But it is really useful to have a big one. And the thing about the Gemini, I'm sure you know if you have a Gemini, is that it's such a firm cut, if you know what I mean. It really pushes them together, so all those intricate dies that you have, you can cut them out through like one pass through the Gemini. And you couldn't do that in the Big Shot. I love the Big Shot, but you couldn't do that. Well, maybe when I first bought it, well, after a while it fades off. So there we go. So the usual sandwich of bits and bobs for any kind of cutting things. We'll send it through, and I'm going to try and cut both sides in one go because I'm lazy. Off it goes. So that will make up basically the main part of, it's noisy, isn't it, make up the main part of the bag. So the other bits are kind of added extras. So I think we might make up a little tag to go alongside. I'm trying to keep this video nice and short because who's got the time, mainly to upload? It takes ages. So when you cut out 2 at a time, you can't always guarantee, can you, that it's going to cut perfectly through both layers. So I might have to just cut a bit off. I was just doing a bit full speed, but it cuts fine if you do just one. So remember, I'll cover that up. Just for the sake that I was doing a video, I was doing it a little bit quicker, so I did stick them both through at the same time. All that can go. Chuck it over into the bin. Where's the bit I just need to snip off? Is there a bit cut there? So basically, yeah, I've not had any issues doing this when I've cut one at a time. So those are our main bits. So what you can see is you've got 2 flaps at the bottom that go underneath to make the base. You've got your side here, which you fold over. And then that has like a pleat, whatever you might call it, in the side of it, which gets folded the other way. So you can see that coming together. You've got your base. And of course you could score it. I happen to have fairly long nails, which I'm just going to use today to score it. It's one way to do things. And then you've got the other sort of Mango coming in. She's do the same thing on the other one. Mango is sitting behind me on the craft chair earlier, which is very sweet. Can't remember if I said in the previous video, Mango's been diagnosed with asthma, cat asthma, so she has to have little cat steroids, which I imagine the same as ordinary steroids, every day. Poor little munchkin. So we're hoping she might grow out of that in the same way that children grow out of asthma. So we shall see. So there we go. We have our box ready to be glued in. You can see that's a really decent size altogether. Really pretty paper as well. So to make it nice and strong, I obviously need to use some of the red liner tape. And I think I'm going to switch up scissors. Mr. Coastal Crafts came in the other day and goes, why do you need so many pairs of scissors? And in reality, you could say I quite possibly don't. But I do like a good pair of scissors. And there is definite wisdom to switching up scissors and not using your favourite scissors to cut tape, because it does leave them all gunky. So this small side is going to connect to the other one, so the one that has the what I was calling the pleat or the fold. So we'll try and line it up. I'm trying to do it whilst watching it through the camera, which is not always the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to stick that one on. I think I'm going to stick the other side on, and then I'm going to do the base last. So I think this is the Crafter's Companion red liner tape that I'm using. It's looking a bit dirty there, but it's absolutely fine. You get a good amount on there, don't you? And it is nice and sticky. So I do try to only use red liner tape when I need to, so for bags and for making journals, and then when I'm just doing card making things, I'll just use ordinary double-sided tape, as it is a little bit cheaper. So let's line that one up. Lovely. And then all we need to do is sort out the base. And do you know what I could have done? But I didn't, I've now realised, is what I've done before is I've run that one through and had the holes to put the ribbon in. But obviously I should have done that before I put it together. It's the fun of watching things on videos, isn't it? But you know what we can do? What we can do to compensate for the fact I've not done that, I can flatten it down. This one is to make 2 holes to run some ribbon through as an alternative option for instead of using the handles. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put that through now. I'm just looking for a bit of washi tape. I've got my cute little Santoro holder. So I do like my gorgeous girls. So I'm going to try and roughly, you could mark this out, couldn't you, if you were a clever person. And do you know what? Even though I've made it up like that, because I haven't stuck the bottom down, it's still going to fold flat. And I think that I can send that through and get the holes made. Let's do it. Right. We will see. Ooh. And what else shall we go for on the bag? See that you've got all sorts of different bits and pieces. I seem to be missing a die here. There's also like a curvy edged one, which I'm sure will turn up in a second. But you know, you've got these pieces that can make extra layered pieces on the front, or you can also use this for making a journal. So if you just use the rectangular pieces and those to make the holes. So as you can see, that's made 2 holes in there for me to put the ribbon through. The holes haven't quite come out on the other side, but they have shown me where I need to cut them. So ordinarily I wouldn't have done it at that point. I just happened to forget to do it. So all I need to do is follow the marks, and there we go. That's going to be ready to attach some ribbon shortly. To open it back up. So now all we need to do is stick the base on. Like that, with a bit of tape, attach some ribbon, make up a little tag, and we are good to go. It's a nice, quick and easy bag, which is what I like. That's what I like about my bags. I like them to be quick and easy, because often that's sort of one of the last things you're doing, isn't it? Making a little goodie bag to go along with the present. So it's quite nice to have something that's quick and easy to do. And I do like to have a die that does it. Let's put this one on the other side as well, because yes, you can obviously make all these things without dies, can't you? I just find I'm more likely to do it if I'm using a die. Last bit, you'll be pleased to hear, and then all I need is some coordinating ribbon. So what are we thinking? It needs to be red, doesn't it? Really show up those beautiful, they're poppy, are they poppies? I think they're poppies. Yeah, they're poppies, aren't they? Start doubting myself. Such beautiful flowers. So there is our bag. I'm just going to attach some ribbon to it, and I'm going to run the cute little heart tag die through as well to go with it. But you've got all sorts of other options. You've got options to make a little buckle. So I never quite did that. Actually, that would have looked really cute on my suitcase one. Should have done that, but you can have it, you know, have it going round and making a little buckle. You can have these corner pieces on. That might look quite nice in coordinating. What would that look like if I cut that out? No, don't like it in that, but maybe if I had done it in plain red, it might look quite nice in the corners. You've got one that looks like that luggage tag, and you just got loads of general shapes just to go on there. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to pop back in a second and show you it with the ribbon threaded through and the final bag, so I can keep this a nice and short video. So there we go. I did decide to add in the corner pieces in the end. There's our ribbon attached, just threaded through, and a little reef knot at the back. Obviously lots of different ways that you could do that, I'm sure. That's just what I went for. And there is a little heart tag that comes with it, which is very cute, isn't it? And I just add a little bit of lace trim onto the end just to keep it nice and simple. I didn't mention though, this paper pad is one of the £2.99 ones from the range, English Moments, in case you wanted to pick it up. And I stuck these bits on just using my Cosmic, Cosmic Shimmer glue. So there we go. I definitely give this die set a thumbs up. I really like it. I think it's really quick and easy way of making something that is big enough to put all sorts of, I mean, look at the space you've got in there, all sorts of goodies when giving gifts to friends and loved ones. So I shall be back very soon. Let me know what you think. Bye.